Okay, I'm ready. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Dev weekly meeting for the cert-manager project. We're following the CNCF Code of Conduct, which means be nice to each other. Um, I can't remember the script, so I'll I'll pause for a second if anyone new wants to introduce themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I am Stephen, currently at Snowflake, that is a user of cert-manager and interested in some of the things happening there.
Welcome, Stephen. Nice to see you. Where are you joining us from?
Oh, yes. I am in California right now. Um, I,
So
I'll say
it's the
I've been at
morning then.
Snowflake for about 3 years, and I was at Google for about 10 years beforehand. So that's where my expertise history lies.
Is Snowflake something I should be,
Oh,
a company I
sorry.
should know? Sorry,
Snowflake
I don't know.
Snowflake is a data warehouse company, very much more into dealing with enterprises, about 8,000 people total, that like their main offering is something that is similar to something like, let's say, BigQuery or Amazon Redshift, like large SQL queries against large amounts of data.
Thanks.
Like the
Are
biggest data
you,
warehousing data lake company within many verticals. I used to sell a lot of Snowflake to Global 5.
and okay, so I feel like a, a dummy
No, no, it's
not
amazing.
knowing
Like
this.
it's like everyone I meet in real life has never heard of this company, but then like the people that actually use this product is like an essential part of how they do the day of their business for stuff.
We also have Alan. Alan,
Yeah, yeah. Good
do you want
night.
to, it's not mandatory. You can, if you want, you can
No,
introduce
no,
yourself.
just waiting. No worries. I'm Alan, talking from Amsterdam. I work at Booking, more focused on the search mesh, and we use cert-manager for Kubernetes clusters and also EC2 CSR. So just to check what is happening with the community and try to contribute more.
Wow, lots of people joining today. I can see Erik being very happy.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say welcome. We really love to see new people here. I also suggest that the new people, if they have anything to add to the agenda, that can probably start. We usually do that.
Yeah, you can edit the document that I'm looking at yourself if you want. If you go to this link here and you click join, and it will add you to the. Oh, I don't know why it doesn't show, but there is a join button in the Google group. There is almost no email being sent to this Google group mailing list, so don't worry. But it will allow you to edit this file and add your if you have an item for the agenda. Also help me and help Erik write the notes as we go. Okay, so next step is to go through the announcements. Doesn't seem like we have anything unless Erik, you always have something.
No, not necessarily. I know that we are working on creating patch releases, but it's not really an announcement to see that they are done, but they are in progress.
Oh, sorry. I Sergey, I think you joined last time, but we didn't get to talk, right? Do you
So I
want to
think,
introduce yourself, or have you already at some point?
yeah, so I actually joined with my colleague from Deutsche Bank a couple of weeks
Yes.
ago, right? And I'm working in professional services for Google Cloud.
Yes,
And
I do remember. Yes.
so we actually are trying to get a feature through that would simplify CI rotation for Google Cloud Certificate Authority Service customers. Right, and together we have prepared a pull request. Right, I think it is looking all right. We went through a round of review, but here I'm to advocate a little bit further about that. Yeah, that's about me.
Okay, we can go over this later in the meeting if you want. Okay, back to the announcements. You said, Erik, some patches, some releases.
I know that Ash is working on preparing patch releases, but that's not done yet because we have some quite critical CVEs reported on our images, which I think we are calling the delicate code. So it's something that we need to fix.
I see that Peter has joined us, and Mladen and Adam. Welcome, everybody. Oh no, Peter has not joined, but he's in the release note in the notes. Anyways, continuing. Thank you, Erik. I guess that's enough for the announcements. Agenda. Hemant, 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 and Hemant. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Tell me.
mean, it's all small discussions except for the second one, I guess. But the first one is basically the PR is up regarding fixing the parent ref bug, which we found while testing listener sets. I know, Mal, you posted some comments. I'll take a look at it after the call. But broadly speaking, we did remove the namespace override annotation, which means the implications of that is that the cert should now be in the same namespace as the parent. So is that something sane to assume, or should we give the namespace override?
I-
Is my question.
Is it just not fine if we just not do it immediately, and if we ever see the need, like tomorrow, if someone comes in and says, "Oh, actually, here's the use case for using a listener set or a gateway in a different namespace as a certificate," then we go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that
I
was
was
my thinking too. Sorry.
If we
I
do
was just
cross
about to say
namespace,
almost the same. I know Kubernetes warns you about having cross namespace references, so I think we could start simple without allowing it.
if we do start doing cross names as well, do we have to get into the world of the resource grant stuff and gateway API, and it becomes a whole bag of worms?
I think you also thought about this, Hemant,
Yeah.
but I don't think there is any need for reference grants. This is cert-manager is just creating an HTTP route, and whatever is in this
Yeah, so
parent ref,
reference
yeah.
grant is for like secrets, not for parent ref, from what I know. So yeah, I don't think that applies here as such.
Oh, I thought it was a generic way of saying this resource can access this resource across a namespace boundary in
So
gateway.
that's what the core API resources is the one that everyone needs to support, but everything else is optional. So it depends on the implementation if they allow gateway or listener sets. Core is the only one that's supposed to be supported by every provider.
Do you mean that the example I've written here is incorrect?
That will only work if the implementation supports it.
Okay. So the core means implementations are forced to implement just not the secret, but so what are they? What is it useful for then?
I think cross namespace like backend ref, cross namespace
Oh,
secret ref too. Uh,
backend ref.
yeah.
Okay, backend ref makes sense. I don't know about the secrets, but yeah, I wrote this example, but I couldn't make sense of it. So I'm glad you're removing it until we know better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So that was my thought process too.
And I'll not talk more on this because probably you will have other things to talk about. Yeah, these
Okay.
things.
Yeah. No, sure. I just wanted that clarification from the community that
So
we are not adding the namespace overrides.
So I think same namespace is a good starting point. Let's not complicate it.
Yeah,
We
I
have
agree
enough
on that.
issues with listener sets in general because of the graduation in Gateway API. So
Yep,
let's keep it simple.
I agree.
okay, next one, Hemant.
Should we do the third one first because that's smaller? So maybe we
Okay,
can
third one then.
Yeah,
There
so I
seems to be
did
multiple
notice
issues.
while going through the issues that there were two issues that kind of spoke the same thing about Cloudflare DNS having timeouts. I mean, like people running into timeouts and they wanted like the timeouts adjusted. Uh, and then I did take a look at the code, and it looks like we are directly hitting the APIs of Cloudflare instead of using their SDKs. Uh, does anyone know why we are doing that?
Maybe because the SDK didn't exist back then.
Hmm,
I
maybe.
don't know.
Yeah, that was my hunch too. But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, two people. There are two issues. There's one more somewhere that was raised a while back with the same kind of timeout issue. So maybe we should take a look at this too. I feel.
Is this the issue referring to that they operate in a dictatorship?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they use a proxy in front apparently, and
yeah,
they run into timeout issues.
yeah.
So I think they were suggesting to, adjust the timeout, like make it bigger or something.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
have
that makes
anything to add
sense.
to this, Adam? You usually have the only problem with long timeout is that we block some of the internal things in cert-manager for a longer time. Is this relevant here?
If it's a block HTTP call, then yeah, it'll block the reconcile.
Yeah.
Um, so this is the DNS01. I mean, the DNS01 is already blocking the validation. Um, I mean, I would be opposed to making it a tweakable dial. I don't think there's an easy way to make it a non-blocking call, not without running a background worker and tracking the HTTP stats. So I think just making the timeout configurable is fine.
And then the usual discussion, should this be like a system-wide default timeout, or should it be configurable on the issuer, meaning the API?
Is probably easier just to propagate a flag down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Um, it's hard to make the argument for doing it per issuer, like especially for when your target is Cloudflare. No matter what your issuer is, you're going to have timeouts or you're not going to have timeouts.
Okay.
So doing it at the like flag level makes most sense.
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder which country it is. Ah, okay. Never mind. That was not on YouTube. Okay, go back.
Okay, so that kind of solves it, I guess. At
So
least we.
you want to take this? You want to work on this?
I mean, we can mark it as good first issue, I feel. I mean,
Ah,
I
great.
can do it if I get the time to do it.
Maybe if you have time, can you add the good first issue with a comment that says we've discussed this
Just
today? And yeah,
mark it with help. Then you get good first issue and help wanted, which
help
is,
this one.
yeah. Try that one.
Okay then.
You didn't want to try it the last time I suggested it. We'll see what happens now.
Okay. You can see how not very good I am at Prow.
It says help wanted. That's good. It didn't say good first issue though.
I thought it was going to give us both, but okay.
I'll add the good first issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks,
All right.
Hemant.
Okay.
Next one.
Yeah, so this one actually, I think like Steven brought it up on the Slack channel regarding ARIs. Uh, and I mean I read about it after the post was like Steven raised it. And it kind of seems like it's related to the renewal logic uh, that I'm working on with respect to renewal windows. Both of them I feel like play hand in hand because one is from the server side, whereas the renewal windows would be from the client side. So I do feel like there is value in bringing this on. So I wanted to know thoughts about like what you guys think about this.
Uh, do I need to say something smart?
So yeah, I mean like the summary is ARI is basically something that the CA returns when you issue
Yeah.
a cert about like when the renewal should be done or something like that. So it returns a body that you can use for the cert to be renewed later,
Oh,
so that
yes.
it's a better way to renew the cert because it's coming from the CA
Well,
directly.
and not only renew, it's also if there is, for whatever reason, the CA needs to revoke certificates, it lets you like get a feed for that so that like you can get it a new certificate right away that is valid. This is one that Let's Encrypt and Google Trust Services at least both support this.
Mm.
Yeah. I will say my interest is like I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I would like to eventually. I can offer a help, but like if it's well in hand, like I don't want to interfere with stuff either.
Seems like no one has contributed design yet, or
Yeah, so
am
I
I
was
wrong?
thinking I could take it up after the renewal window stuff because it kind of touches the same code. Uh, but I definitely feel this should be a feature flag. This should not be something that should be enabled by default.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's 1 year ago.
so this was added to the roadmap a year and a half ago. Like I don't think there's any controversy. It's a good feature to have at some point. I do want to ask what like it's whether like it solves my problem if it's an opt-in thing, but why would this be opt-in and not the default?
I
Wouldn't
think
it
like
change behavior if I see a return this and the client wasn't prepared for it? I'm not an expert on the area, but
Yeah, that's the thing. One of the things I'm not theoretically opposed to it being the default, but equally, I'm very cautious about any changes to the
Yeah.
behavior of cert-manager away from what people expect it currently does. So, like, we'd need to properly have a look at it.
but
Okay, I guess
I
anyway,
there's
think
one
we
where
it's
could introduce it behind a feature gate as a starting point to
Yeah,
learn a bit more about how it's actually affecting things.
yeah.
yeah, we could whack it behind, progress it through the feature gates, and that way we can have early adopters pick it up,
Yeah.
find any issues, and then we can default it when it hits stable.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. That was kind of what I was thinking too.
I'm guessing the Let's Encrypt people would be super happy to have us do this, by the way. Like they
So,
probably started working on this thinking about us.
let me put it this way. Snowflake just recently, if you check the website, Let's Encrypt's website, we are now a sponsor of Let's Encrypt. And as I said, I was recently talking to some CAs, and they suggested that they like this sort of feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely reach out to you, Steven, when I start working on it. Maybe we can
Yeah.
collaborate together.
Do we have any idea of how complicated it is to implement?
Uh, it seems like it has a bit of complexity. I feel like we need a design doc here before we start coding it out, because this will basically touch the renewal logic again, similar to the Windows stuff. But there's also more things involved because we also have to figure out how we will store the details that we get back from the CA. Like we'll have to modify the cert spec, probably cert status spec, probably something like that. So yeah, I'll definitely work with the design doc and not code it out before that.
Is it is it something that you do once and then store, or is it also something that we need to like poll for continuous
So
update?
the RFC is actually pretty well specified. Roughly, you make a call to their endpoint, and they return a header that says when you should next make a call to the endpoint.
Okay. We probably would need either extra fields in the status of the object or an extra CRD to track the next call state so we can turn it into a proper reconcile loop.
Yep. It also, I mean, I think like the RFC also says we could pick a random time. Now that seems a bad idea, but
My random time is the year 3000.
Well, the random time is about when. So this is getting to implementation deals, and we do this is definitely the thing that should do a design doc. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But basically, you make a call. There's a header that says when you should check back, and then there's a body of the message that says renew sometime this time window. And the randomness is a suggestion that you should choose a random time within that time window to do the renewal.
I see. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah, I
Seems
think
like
the
a
other thing
big-
is the ROC suggests you should check back at least or no more frequently than once a minute and no less frequently than once a day. And the header is probably some value between those two.
Is it related in any way to the 6 days shortening of the Let's Encrypt default expiry window? I think it's 6 days or something like that. Like, are they trying to get the clients to be a bit smarter so that they don't get hammered or something like that?
I don't know. I can
We
say
should
that
get them to come to this meeting.
I'm pretty sure the reason why they issue stuff for 6.5 days is to make sure that people don't set up a weekly cron job to try to renew stuff.
Oh, that's why it's not 7. Okay. Okay.
Anyway.
That was nice.
Yep.
We can move on to the next one. Sergey, the Google Class Issuer PR.
Right. So we have a pull request for an issue for a feature, opt-in, so to say, feature in this Google Class Issuer plugin. This pull request has been reviewed by 2 colleagues, by Ashley and as well. We had several back and forth around formatting, around types, and of the new field. And then at the end, actually took a copy of the branch to introduce some further formatting, because my linter locally didn't show any difficulties, but the build actually in this automated build probably was still showing some formatting incompliances. In addition to that, Ashley also added an integration test, which I think I should have probably done before, right? But I'm not, to be honest, not very familiar with this small project, I would say. And when he did that, right, the formatting issue was done, but the build was still failing, and apparently he couldn't reproduce it locally. Then I tried to do that as well, and the thing is that I couldn't really reproduce the issue. I think that there are a couple of things, right? One thing is that Ashley was testing still with the CAS CA pool that was containing only one single CA, and therefore it was running on his local machine. If to test this new thing with a couple of CAs inside of the pool, then his new test would break, just because I think that he forgot to drop older validation call, for which he already created a new validation, and that validation succeeds. Actually, it's just the previous one that expects only one single root CA certificate back. Then that would fail. That needs to be cleaned up. And but the strange thing in the build that stuck all this pull request, unfortunately, is that there are 3 integration tests approximately, and if the CA is configured incorrectly, or if there are no permissions, or something else, authentication doesn't work, or whatever, all 3 of them time out. All 3 of them time out because of that error. Certificates cannot come up, or certificate requests as well, and tests times out waiting for them to come up. That's when, if I'm having this locally, right, then the error message is exactly the same as in the build, but the build somehow works for 2 of them, but for the new one it times out, which I find strange, because that is the call which is exactly the same as in the previous ones to the same CA pool, and either they have to fail altogether or none of them, those particular calls to fetch CA. That's why it's not clear what happens in the build inside, right? Locally, I couldn't reproduce with my CA. Ashley apparently couldn't reproduce with his in his local environment, and as far as I understand, the CA pool resource is an input to this test. It is not being created as part of the integration test setup, if I'm not mistaken. How that built-in value or that built-in resource is has been created, what's inside, I don't have insight into it. And I think to understand what is hanging, we would probably need to add a couple of output statements. I suggested, well, super straightforward. I don't know if this is good practice or not, to just write out what is the reason of a certificate request not being fulfilled. But the problem is that we need to trigger the build for that. Make those little changes to the branch of Ashley and trigger the build, because only then, if I would be branching this and I would be submitting it, it wouldn't trigger the build. Somebody needs to trigger the build with permissions. And my point was a little bit, because I think since more than a week I don't have any progress here, and And we were so close, so to say. We were already so great.
And then would it help to be able to run? Probably, if you were asking me to reproduce this, if it only fails in CI, I would probably do this SSH into the job and then try running the tests, like checking what's going on within in the VM.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah. So in that VM, there is this kind cluster, right, which is being created, right, and then from that VM you could investigate the content. Yes, that would help. The only thing is, from what I understand, that once this thing times out, the finalization routine is cleaning up all resources. You need to disable it. There is one line which you disable to leave the resources in the cluster in, because otherwise, after times out, you will not see anything back again. That is also possible to just comment out one line in the e2e.go file, as far as I remember.
You can.
And that will leave the resources in place. Yes.
I'm not sure if it's possible to do it. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know if it's bad or not. Because this CI system we have, GitHub Actions, probably contains credentials and stuff. But when I'm really stuck, I would do this.
I think, right, that the simplest first step, without any this difficulties with logging in, right, is to introduce those small changes that I suggested to the brand professionally.
Yeah.
And run again. It will print out the content, or that I hope to will help identifying what's the reason or what's the problem.
This is these lines you're mentioning.
Well, this needs to be dropped.
Oh, sorry. This is what you're asking for.
And this needs to be it needs to be replaced. If you see it, it adds in case if the test fails, right? It prints out the kubectl describe of all certificate requests in the namespace, in the test namespace, which is rand name, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised we're not doing this already.
I don't think
that would be super useful.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could be done through API, right? Not through operating system exec, but that was super fast to, and it works, right? I tried it. That prints out the content indeed.
Like you could go even way beyond. You can just kubectl. There's a dump command, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can do anything, right? The logs will be overflow. Even this one will make logs contain all the certificates.
Kind dump.
I was just gonna say it would work locally. We're just gonna make sure the kubectl command is actually inside our GitHub action as in the path. Because
it's kind is using kubectl, so.
Yeah, but is test test suite running from the same container as kind, or is it? It is, isn't it? I can't remember.
Oh, you mean the kubectl will not be available in this environment?
I don't know. This is the thing. This most of our tests go through Prow, which is an entirely different setup. So I don't know how this one's set up.
I think it's on the host here.
Yeah, if the end tests run like just in the normal makefile flow of after kind is set up, we should have kubectl, and it should probably be pointing at the right context.
So what do you need, Sergey? I'm guessing you're calling for help.
It would be. I mean, ideally, I'm asking for Ashley's time, right? But I appreciate this is all cannot be planned. So somebody with permissions to trigger the build, right? If somebody could try my changes, there are two of them actually, to remove redundant check, because that is, I think, remaining from the previous copy of this incarnation, and adding output. There is a chance that that was some kind of a glitch, and it will just work, right? Without any issues, right? Because once again, right, the on my machine it works, right? It's simply unclear what is the reason of the hiccup in the build.
The root problem in this project is that we cannot really work with pull requests coming from a fork. The pull request must be done inside the repo because that's the only place that the workflow will actually be run.
Oh, that's true.
It's very annoying with this project. I'm not sure how to make it better, but as it is right now, it's not well set up for being a project accepting contributions at all. It's
that's probably the reason why I actually did that.
Yes.
Branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have hit this myself before I became a maintainer. I tried to fix some issue on this project, and I could raise a pull request, but nothing was happening there, and there was no way to run the CI.
Yeah.
Would it be just easier if you would join the project?
I mean, I'm not against it. Yes.
Because like at this point, we're in pain. Oh, Erik is moving his lips.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I mean, the quickest fix here would to give Sergey permission to push to this specific branch inside this project.
You mean this one here? How is
Yeah.
it? How can you do this? Is it
That would be the
feasible?
simplest way of fixing this your issue right now, because then you would be able to push new changes to add the debug code that you want to try out, and when you push them, CI will actually run.
But the only way to do this is to add him as a developer to the project.
This branch is also not mine, right? This is Ashley's branch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering because I know with GitHub you can tick the box saying that maintainers can edit your branch. I was wondering if there's a way to add other people to branches, but I couldn't see anything obvious.
No.
I mean, he's already assigned. It's already not assigned. A part of that PR. And
I would expect us to have other parameters protecting people from creating or modifying branches inside our projects directly. But I mean, this project is really painful the way it's working right now.
Yeah. If I was alone, I would just add you to the project.
Yeah. But long term, would it be possible to make the tests or the workflows run from a fork?
I think the pattern we have normally for a lot of our actions is they run from forks, but only after someone clicks a button.
Yeah, I think this is every run is associated with some cost probably, because there is credentials to and resources in Google Cloud. I think that is probably
I think it's less worried about the cost. It's more worried about like people just dumping out credentials using Echo or something inside a pull request.
Yeah.
But there usually is a button that says run or allow running.
This is branching off topic to what Erik said about making it better in the future, but I think it depends on your workflow triggers. I need to look at. I don't know if we've set this up the same way as everything else. Again, this project probably doesn't get enough love.
This project is definitely special. It's not just a simple button where you can allow workflows to run. That doesn't help at all.
Is there a reason why in like long term can't we move this to pro instead of GitHub Actions? Or is the concern that it's like Google?
I think it's just set up already in one, and it was easier to set up in Actions than Pro is a bit more heavy lifting if you want to put credentials and secrets in place.
Mm.
But
I
coming
fully
back to
agree.
the root issue here, is there any chance we could get Ashley's attention on this? Because he has created the branch and been involved in this already, or is he swamped with other things?
He's swamped, but with other things.
Oh,
I'm guessing network.
yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know how to help you.
it's a bit embarrassing. But in this case,
You know what?
yeah,
I don't care. I'm going to do this by myself, and I don't care what others will say, but I'll add you as a developer on this project.
All right, let's try.
It's going to be my name on this decision.
yeah. I'll be okay with this because I have heard some rumors that this project is something that we probably don't want to maintain in the current
You're
situation.
actually not maintaining it, and
Yeah.
and unfortunately, right, there is no dedicated force at Google at the moment, right, who could take ownership similarly to other. You yes, that's right.
This is the one, right?
Yes.
Push.
All right.
Yeah.
And you'll receive an invitation, and from now on you can push to
Okay,
this
then
branch you had.
to that one branch, or maybe what I could do, I could
Or
branch
you
from
can
that.
return to your branch, and now it's like you can push an actual branch to the repository instead of from your fork.
Hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. So that I don't need to go through my fork and create branches directly on that project, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you need to push the branch directly to this project, and then creating a PR out of it will trigger the CI.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is more than I could ask for today. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Great to hear.
I think it's fair to do it. I support you on this, Mile, because I mean, it's a bit embarrassing how the setup is for accepting contributions.
And sorry about the 1 week of wait, Sergey.
It's not 1 week maybe, but I think there was a great review uh, from from the team. So it's super cool. I mean, that was a great review.
Excellent. Okay, I see that this is gone.
Yeah, a message dropped in the Zoom chat that Alan had to drop for a personal appointment.
Oh,
He said he's happy to ask his question next week.
Yeah. Okay.
okay. Uh, is there anything else? Zach, do you want to share something?
The only thing I would share is I have a little bit of time to start actually putting my presentation to work, but I'm gonna quickly get beyond my depth as far as like a physical deployment is concerned. So I'm still looking for someone not to hold my hand, but to point me in the right direction, or when I get stuck to sort of help me triage. So if there's any volunteers on that or anyone I should ask for that, I would definitely be appreciating that
So
as I look to spend some
we're
week.
we're talking about the presentation you made about ingress to gateway API.
So the PowerPoint's good, and then the feedback was this looks good. Do you actually have some time to start like getting hands-on with being able to show that deployment and then help make some videos and docs to help with like the tutorial and show where we're at as far as the migration to Gateway API is concerned and using Envoy Gateway. So that's where we left off last week. And since then,
Actually, I do have news on this.
great.
Uh, I haven't looked at your presentation again or anything. It's just that I'm trying to get. I've been asked in my company to test this feature, which means I need something to test it. And as you may know, what is in master is not testable because there is no gateway API implementation currently that supports the listener set, the standard listener set resource.
Mhm.
But Envoy Gateway,
Yeah.
which I think you were investigating, they have this branch.
Yeah, they have a branch open. I was checking that.
And I've been using it the entire day and it's working super well. I have
Mm-hmm.
images built and running. I've actually left a couple of comments, but this is way too complex for me to review. Like almost 200 files changed. The point is, I'm writing a HackMD document for whoever wants to try out the listener set feature until there is an official implementation that works. And maybe we could even use that for our testing, end-to-end testing. I don't know. I know
I expect
we're,
the implementations to arrive pretty soon after the release of Gateway API.
yeah. But until then, I would like to have some implementation to test this at the very least. So yeah, this branch is working well, and I will provide the exact like some commands to do this if you want, Zach.
Cool.
I know Mladen is also getting onboarded with Acme, and because yeah, it's not just Gateway API, it's also Acme,
Mhm.
and it's a lot of things to take in. So maybe yeah, Mladen might be worth talking to.
Cool.
He's yeah.
Yeah, I'll connect more with you offline, Mile. I think it's going to be a matter of me just running with it until I get stuck and then asking, just putting my hand up for help as far as where I got to. And then hopefully, in the next, few weeks here, we can translate that to a ready to record sort of demo slash presentation. And then we can go and implement that in all the docs and everything.
Great.
Cool.
Thanks. Good. Look, sounds good. Okay, back to the agenda. I think we're done with everything.
I think we're done. I want to discuss one thing, but I don't think there's enough time, so we'll take it next time.
Yeah, I have a
It's,
Wait,
hard stop on
just
the
say
hour.
say a few words. Oh,
I
Adam,
can
you
say a
also
few
want.
words. It's around the server-side apply feature gate. I've discussed this a lot with Tim lately. I think we're heading for removing the feature flag eventually. So I want to discuss that. So instead of graduating the feature flag, we will remove it, and then we will start now by ignoring the feature flag, which we have done in certain cases already. Like
Yeah, that's what you
when
talked
we
about.
apply the certificate secret, we unconditionally use server-side apply to manage the secret.
I think removing it, other than default, always using SSA makes sense, especially reduces the code paths. The only caution, obviously, is if we straight to remove it and we're validating the enum on the flags, is that would be a breaking change to people's deployments. So it would, yeah, we just need to probably go through a
Yeah, of
couple of.
course. We'll leave the feature flag there, but it will not be effective. That would be the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can clean it up after like a couple of releases, but maybe have a couple of releases where it does nothing, and
Yeah.
then we can drop it, and with
Yeah.
a change, a, a note in the change log saying, yeah, this needs fixing. If you're not using our official chart, because we could probably do something in the chart to make it nice.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think I spent at least 100 hours on trying to make the tests work uh, with server-side apply, to fool them to think that they are running client-side apply, but they're actually running server-side apply. And that's extremely painful. So together with Tim, I think we have the idea of fixing parts of the code one by one, and updating the test so the test and the code runs hand in hand, using server-side apply unconditionally.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does that
You,
solve
you,
your
you're gonna have so many like fingerprints all over the code base and the tests now.
I hope I won't be the only one doing this. I think it's such a massive job that it should probably be put on our roadmap, and it's something that we need to do. Maybe ask for help in if we can find
If
specific areas. But
if you do break it down case by case and we get a list of those, we could create a big issue, meta tracking issue for
yeah,
all the individual ones.
yes. Because some of the applies that we currently do are obviously wrong because we take ownership of the full resource because we 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 just create an apply by taking the thing that we got from the API, which is obviously wrong.
No, we should be doing a if. Cool. I have a hard stop in 3 minutes, so
Yeah. Okay. Then it was time to discuss this, but I don't know if we can take a final decision on this. What do you think, Mael? Adam has
um
said yet.
I think it's great that you found a way forward. So you're the expert. Go ahead and I'll say as always. You said that the secret controller already runs SSA by default, which means that's a good point for converting other controllers.
Yeah.
So take this as a green light.
Yeah. I mean, Timmy is on board, so he will review my PRs when we start doing this. So, yeah.
And but I'm guessing you weren't on, you also want us to step in and help you.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I want this feature flag to be ineffective or removed. So that's to finalize this. Probably need some help because there are so many tests which are affected by it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Erik, for the update.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for showing up today. That was nice. So many new faces for me today. And
great.
now I'll say the blessed words that
Play it.
Adam usually says. I'll let Adam say them.
Uh, for anyone, for the negative people that watch the YouTube VODs of this, remember to like and subscribe.
That's
Thank
great.
you, Adam.
Take care, everybody.
And
Have a good weekend.
I'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Mal, for hosting. Bye.
Okay. Welcome. Bye.